Hi, everyone. Welcome to True Disabled Story. My name is Nico, and I use he, him pronouns. I'm a white man with parted blonde hair, large blue and brown spectacles, and a white, purple, and black checkered button up shirt. I'm seated against a blurred out background. Like about 25% of the global population and nearly 17% of Philadelphians, I'm disabled. Whether we look locally, nationally, or globally, disabled communities are full of dynamic, diverse, and frankly delightful people with their own stories to share. All we have to do is listen. As many of you know, I was born disabled. I've never known differently. So when I come into contact with other disabled people in my professional, personal, or active civic life, I want to know their perspectives and their stories. Today, I'm honored to be joined by my friend Keisha, and I can't wait to hear what she has to share. Hi, Keisha. How are you doing?
Hi, Nico. I'm so glad to be here. I'm doing well, thanks.
Of course. Let's hop right into it. So, Keisha, what was your path to diagnosis like? Was this something you and your supports were expecting, or was it a surprise, or perhaps something in the middle? Paint that picture for us.
Yeah, so I totally had no idea that I was going to be diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. It kind of came out of nowhere. It was around 2010 when I was in graduate school at Cambridge College out here where I live. I just started to get really weird symptoms, like kind of when I would be walking, I would repeatedly fall without unable to get myself back up, or like I noticed trying to reach for something, like my arm wouldn't extend out as it normally should. So things like that. But I honestly was just brushing it off. I was just thinking, oh, I need to lose some weight, do some exercise, no biggie. That's what I honestly thought. So I wasn't really thinking to go to a doctor. And then it was the last time I had like a really bad fall. Me, my mom, and sister were leaving the supermarket. I was pushing the cart and my leg totally gave out on me. And then my mom and sister couldn't even get me back up because it was like I was a dead weight. So it was like weird. It was like I couldn't just hop back up. So I remember a gentleman coming over asking, do you need help? He picked me up. And my mom and sister at that moment were like, you know what? I think you need to maybe go see a doctor. Maybe it's something in the feet. That's honestly what I was thinking. So that's kind of where it all started in the beginning.
Thank you so much. It sounds like it must have been really scary falling down, having your body like nearly betray you, but you don't know why. That must be very frightening.
Yes.
Thank you. So, what impact has your diagnosis had on the rest of your life? Right? You mentioned being in college and being able-bodied up until then, and now you have this muscular dystrophy diagnosis. What does your life look like now?
My life looks like now, it's going good. If you had asked me a few years back, like, Keisha, do you see yourself speaking on like podcasts like yourself, or like, talking and sharing my diagnosis, I would say no way, because I was in total denial that day, So going to the doctors after that, we did several testings, MRI, EKG, muscle biopsy. And I always remember that phone call when the doctor said, Keisha, you have muscular dystrophy. And I'm like, what is she talking about? I thought maybe she had the test results mixed up. She got the wrong patient. So that totally, here I was in my early 20s, living life, going out, partying, clubbing, so I didn't know what my future hold. And so it definitely took some time to get used to. But what helped me was also going on social media, like using hashtag like disability awareness, hashtag chronic illness, hashtag muscular dystrophy. And I met a whole new range of awesome people like yourself, and just like the community diverse ability. And I'm just like, it really does help when you connect with other people that is maybe going through the same thing you are. Because, like I said, yes, I may get the support of family and friends, but there's nothing, and I mean nothing like talking to somebody who knows and gets it. So that kind of helped me along the way. So, yeah, if you had asked me this a few years back, I'll be like, no way. So to see where I'm at now, I still have my days. I tell people, like, at the end of the day, remember, I'm living with muscular dystrophy. Sometimes I don't know what the body wants to do. I have to rely on PCA's 24 hour help, so that it's all of an adjustment, but I must say, focusing on my business, Girls Chronically Raw, connecting with the disability community, and just kind of taking it day by day totally helps me. And, getting awesome people like yourself asking me, oh, do you want to be on my podcast or do this? I'm like, that makes me feel good, because sometimes you can, doubt yourself. Like, do people notice like who I am? Are they understanding my mission? Are they know I'm all about advocacy and, things like that? And, it just definitely warms my heart to have that support of the disability community. So I would say, as of right now, as of today at 12 o'clock, I feel good. but tomorrow that could change. But right now, I would say I'm okay.
I really appreciate that up to the minute status update. Thank you. By now, you've lived what sounds like a full disabled life. What advice would you give maybe a younger person who just got their MD diagnosis?
I would say for that, I would definitely say, as I mentioned earlier, reaching out and connecting with others, especially now this generation, this if they're getting diagnosed, now this generation is all on TikTok, social media, Instagram, and that's the plus about it. Yes, social media may have its pros and cons, but like I said, when I was first diagnosed, I just felt like alone. And I was just like, what does my future hold? What's going to happen? And so just using those hashtags, like as simple as disability, chronic illness, hashtag whatever your diagnosis may be, lupus, and you would be surprised of how many other people are out there, whether it be Twitter, well, now X, I should say, Instagram, TikTok, and it's just kind of like this community. And I would say, yes, I know everyone deals with things in their different ways, but that's what helped me. So I would recommend connecting with other people that may have the same diagnosis as you, disability community, using those hashtags, go on TikTok, go wherever. Another thing that helped me is that I started to blog. I started to write about, my symptoms and my story. And, it was like kind of helped me as I was typing and saying it out loud at that time, like, wow, I have muscular dystrophy. That's crazy. Never mind what the doctor was saying. So blogging, maybe doing a video, I admire people that they would just first leave a doctor, get diagnosed, and they start like a YouTube channel right away. So everyone I notice deals with things differently. And I admire that. And I admire, like, during my journey of looking up to others, like Jillian Mercado, she has muscular dystrophy, woman minority. I loved her. I was like, oh, she has muscular dystrophy. Like, and it was awesome to see that on, TV, on social media. And she's a fashionable, like, to see others like yourself, it definitely helps. So I would say social media, YouTube, writing a blog, whatever, everyone deals with things in their own way and at their own pace. But I would definitely recommend that. But it definitely helped me.
Thank you so much, Keisha. I can tell you're a polished public speaker. As we close our time together today, I want to use this last question just as space that you and I, as disabled people, so rarely get. And that is a chance to brag about yourself, talk up any like recent accomplishments or wins you have in the pipeline, right? If you want to build community, where can people find you online? But hey, just in general, however you want to gas yourself up, do it. Grab your pom poms, top up on that soapbox. Let's hear it.
Okay, well, thank you, Nico. Well, I would say first thing that came to mind when you mentioned that, as you probably know, because we discussed on LinkedIn, I recently became chair for Persons for People with Disabilities of my city of Cambridge. And I am so excited because, again, that's like a huge accomplishment. Because looking back, as I mentioned, like such in denial. You couldn't tell me I had muscular dystrophy. Even when I was working at the time using a cane, I would tell my employers I sprained my ankle or I was in a car accident. That's how much in denial I was. So to see now I'm chair on the board, I'm like, go me. So I am so excited. I want to see change. I already have a list of agendas of what I want to do, things I would like to talk to the mayor of, Cambridge about, the city manager. And, I'm excited for this new journey. And, it was awesome because the first person I thought of, was you. And I remember reaching out. I'm like, if you have any tips, because I'm like, I know that you're awesome when you're state of Philly. So, but yeah, that is so excited. I'm happy about that. And then just honestly think I'm creating more Girls Chronically Rock t-shirts, more designers, more adaptive t-shirts, more adaptive swimwear. And I'm looking to hopefully grow Girls Chronically Rock into more fashion shows. And I'm hopefully looking to get it into Target and Kohl's. So Target and Kohl's, listen, let's get Girls Chronically Rock in there. And then yeah, you can find me on girlschronicallyrock.com. I am on LinkedIn, Keisha Graves, Instagram, Girls Chronically Rock, and same on TikTok as well. I love TikTok to watch the funny videos. So please, I love connecting with others in the disability community on TikTok as well and all social media platforms. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Keisha Graves is a disabled business owner, a disabled civic leader living in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and my good friend. Keisha, thank you so much. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I can't wait to see what you do next. I'm rooting for you.